and welcome back to the latest SES Newscast. I'm your anchor, Miss Spartan Spirit. Well, I know that I appeared all big and scary and strong like a normal monster would be, but there's a little secret, and it's just between you and me. I'm kind of scared of kids. I know monsters aren't supposed to be scared, but some monsters are trying to work on their courage too. Just like you Spartans out there with your character strong trait of courage this month. Well, maybe I'll work on it through this episode and I'll get better by the end, okay? All right. Okay, anyhow, first up, we have little Stanley Spartan, and we're going to see where he's hiding this week. Take it away, Stanley.
Where in the school is little Stanley Spartan? Can you guess where I am this time?
Oh, Stanley, that was a very dark place and that you were in, and it looked kind of scary. Oh, I don't know if I want to know where that hiding spot is. Well, let's change the subject and head over to Mrs. Launger, our principal. Take it away, Mrs. Launger.
Good evening, boys and girls. I wanted to thank everybody that came to our Slime in Space assembly this last Wednesday. It's really fun to connect with you in different ways like that. I really loved getting the pictures in my email of the slime that you made at home and the glitter jars that you made at home. Mrs. Redding taught you how to do that last week in our newscast. We have another really special assembly coming up, and that's because it's almost Veterans Day. We would really like to honor as many veterans in our community and in our families as we possibly can. We are looking for you to send pictures in my email of a veteran that is connected to you. Just send a picture and let me know how they're related to you or how you know them, and we will honor them in our assembly here in a couple of weeks. Thank you for everything that you are doing at home. Keep connecting with us, and we will keep offering things on Wednesdays for you to do outside of your regular Google Meets. We're so proud of everything that you're doing, both at school and at home. Have a good night, my friends.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Launger. We always love hearing from you. And next up this evening, I'm really excited because Mrs. Redding is back, and she's coming to us from the counseling corner, and she's going to talk to us about something called anger. And sometimes us big scary monsters, we need to work on our anger issues, and maybe I'll learn some tips. Take it away, Mrs. Redding.
Hi, Stanwood Spartans. Miss Redding here again, and this week I would like to talk with you a little bit about anger. Anger is what we call a secondary emotion, and secondary means it comes second. So if you are feeling anger, generally there is a different emotion or maybe a few emotions that came first and then anger came second. Anger is a very strong emotion, and it helps motivate us to act, but also it disguises what really caused it. And it is so overwhelming that it hides the feelings that we had beforehand, before we experienced the anger. And if we want to really fix our anger or get to the root of it to solve the problem, we have to figure out what those first emotions were and address those in addition to calming our anger. So I found this wonderful, wonderful model of what anger is like. And if you're familiar at all with icebergs in the ocean, generally only 1/10 of the iceberg is above the water. That means if you divided an iceberg into 10 pieces, 10 layers, only one tiny layer would be above the surface, and 9 other layers would be underneath the surface of the ocean. I like to think of those 9 other layers as the other emotions that contribute to anger. So here is a great model of the anger iceberg. There are quite a few of these online, so it's really a very popular way of talking about anger. If you look at the top here, we've got anger on the top, angry, and all these other emotions underneath that contribute to our anger. So we might feel anger if we were worried or annoyed, or our feelings were hurt, or someone disrespected us. We often feel anger when we feel helpless, like something comes up and we can't solve or fix or change. Like if someone's being mean to us and we can't stop it, we'll get angry. Our feelings might be hurt first, and we might feel helpless, but then we flip that to anger. So if you look up here, it says, when we are angry, we have a lot of emotions under the surface, and most of those emotions are hidden. So think about that the next time you get angry. Go back and think, what caused this anger? What incident or thing just happened? Maybe a friend was busy when you wanted to play with them because they were playing with someone else and said they couldn't play right then. Well, that could be, our feelings could be hurt. We could be feeling a little jealous. We could feel that they don't value us and don't like us. Lots of different feelings. We might respond with anger, but if we know what the feelings are underneath the anger, we can talk about those feelings and address those feelings and share them in a way to help solve it. So in that case, if a friend was busy and couldn't play with us, we might say, oh, well, is there another time that we could get together and play? Or you might say, gee, that hurt my feelings. And that would give them the opportunity to say, no, you are my friend, you're important to me. It's just that right now I made this commitment that I have to uphold, and I would love to play with you later. So if we can figure out which emotions we're feeling underneath the anger, it's much easier to solve the problem. Okay, so at home, you can even make an anger iceberg of your own. Here's another one I found online, but you can just draw a big iceberg, and put where the water line is, write anger above it, and start noticing what you're feeling when you get angry. If it's sadness, if you're lonely, if you're scared, if you're tired, if you're hungry, because hangry is a real thing, and start writing those feelings underneath, and that'll help you know what is beneath the surface of your anger, what's in the bottom part of your anger iceberg, so that you can start solving problems where they originate, which is the primary emotions that come first. All right. If you have any questions about that, stop by my office or tell your teacher. I'd be happy to speak with you more about it. All right. Well, have a wonderful week. We're almost to the end of October, and Halloween's coming up soon. Lots to look forward to. Take care, and we'll talk with you again next week. Bye-bye.
Wow, Mrs. Redding, who knew my anger was really just covering up my deeper feelings inside? I guess I better work on those first. Thanks so much for those tips. All right, next up this evening, we're going to turn to 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Ferguson. She's going to be making some beautiful new bracelets. I can't wait.
Hello, SES families and students. Today I am going to share one of my hobbies with you, and that is making jewelry. Today I'm going to take this wire, sterling wire, and make it into a bracelet. Next I'm going to roll it through this machine that looks like a pasta machine. I'm going to file the ends so they can fit together. Lots of pounding now, and it looks pretty much like a bracelet. And the final bracelet.
Wow, Mrs. Ferguson, those were some beautiful bracelets. I didn't know how you could actually make them yourself. That's so impressive. All right, next up this evening, we are going to be turning over to the kindergarten because they've had a pumpkin patch here at Stanwood Elementary School.
Early morning at the kindergarten pumpkin patch. We're all set up and ready to have children come later on today. Say yay, pumpkins!
Yay, pumpkin!
Are you guys excited? Yeah, all right. Evan, do you have yours? Whoa, that is awesome! Yours, that is so cool, James! I love it!
Kindergartners, I loved all your pumpkins. Those were awesome. I can't wait to see if you carve them and do something cool for Halloween. All right, next up we have Joke of the Week from 4th grader Jack. Take it away, Jack.
Why did the monster eat the flashlight? Because he wanted a light snack.
Nom, 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 nom. I'm a monster just finishing my light snack. I like that joke, Jack. Thanks so much. All right, last up this evening, we're turning over to little Spartan Stanley to see his hiding spot this time. Oh. Wow, Stanley Spartan, that black scary spot was just the mailbox out front of the school? I would have never guessed. All right, everyone, to wrap up this evening, I want to introduce you to some of my monster friends. Let's go over and check them out. Oh, hello there. It looks like you met some of my friends. You may recognize them. I just wanted to bring you into the monster lab here because I wanted to introduce you to them. See, they are monsters just like me. And even though us monsters and maybe your friends and family seem like we have lots of courage, sometimes we don't. And we're all trying to find our courage inside of us to be stronger, bigger, better people. So, continue to grow your courage, everyone, and until next time, I'm Miss Spartan Spirit. Oh, happy Halloween!